What's up, everyone? JD here. Welcome to another round of pickups. It's been a very long time since I've done a pickup video, and I don't want to disclose the reason why, but I felt like I've been getting into a lot of other things for pickups. I was like, it's enough to get a video out. So what the hell? So quick announcement before we start. This will be the last video in this room. As I'm actually gonna be, I will be moving to a new apartment. Same area but different apartment. So I will be shutting down this game room and making way for the next person in line. And there will be a new game room. I can't wait to say game room because basically, this is it's gonna be a similar size room, but it's a little bigger. So owned by Civic Corporation. Anyway, which I won't disclose. Anyway, so we're gonna start with. So I actually, as many of you guys know, I usually like to be. There's a video game being picked up. I've been getting out of the video game collecting, although I'm not really done collecting yet, as there's still some games that there's still some stuff that I'm also getting to. I'm still getting into Thomas and Friends DVDs, plus a specific type of collecting that you might see over there. But I have a few that I want to show in particular because I think these ones are really cool. But anyway, we're gonna start with. I got two video games to show, but that's basically it. That's all the video games I'm showing. This isn't so. Pretty much, I want to mention like going. This is not. I will be just starting a new trend going forward, but I will discuss that at a later day. So let's get started with the two games that I have, which are actually our games that I actually did find underpriced, and there's the games I really wanted to play. So we got Dance Revolution Supernova on these are both PS2 games. I actually used to play this game in the arcade when I was younger. So I found this, it's actually really cool. This is the only detail I actually care about. Is this game because this is my favorite in the franchise, so that's why I wanted it. And that's because of how horrible Dance Revolution universe. Oh god, that game's terrible. And the thing, based on the movie the same name, this is actually it's a horror game, but I'm not too big on horror games. However, this is one I've actually wanted to try out. I've always wanted to play this one because it looks so damn cool. Obviously, based on the movie, I've not seen the movie, but I heard the movie is a masterpiece because the game must be a masterpiece as well. I don't know. All right, I'm actually gonna be cutting a lot of this video. I just want to get this all in one shot, one take. So I'm actually going to cut the video, not cut, but I'm gonna pause the video as I put everything away, and then we will continue. All right, so we are back. Let's move on to our next batch of stuff, which is the Thomas and Friends DVDs. So I don't know if I told you guys this, but I actually have a story to tell about these. I actually bought two DVD watts for one of them was nothing but Thomas and Friends DVDs. The other one was basically DVDs that was mostly for children's shows, and so, which had two Thomas DVDs. One of them I actually wanted to get for a very long time, and I could not find for a reasonable price. So that's I'll show it. I'll show it when we get to it. But now this is not every Thomas DVD. I'm not gonna take out every Thomas DVD because most of them are like common as shit. Lionsgate re-release something. I'm not gonna do that. I felt that that'd be a waste of time, and that I would also have to pick it up, take it out, and show it, and then put it away. It's just not worth it to me. So I will make an Instagram post talking about my Thomas Friends DVD collection at some point. I actually wanted to make one for a while, but I didn't have enough to show. Which kind of sucks because this is actually the 80th anniversary of the franchise. But I will do one eventually this year. Eventually this year, during before my birthday, which is not until November, so that's cool. Anyway, so these are the ones I do feel are noteworthy for me to show because it was ones I did not show yet. So we got Races Rescue and Normalize. This is actually a condition upgrade. As the one I had was the Lionsgate release, and it was the original disc, Incubate disc, and a Lionsgate case. It was not in the best shape. This one I actually had to do an artwork, a case swap, because which was my first time doing something like that by myself. Because actually the case that this one in particular, this artwork had some really bad stickers to do, and I could not take it out. So I decided to just swap the artwork, so I had the same thing. and I'm glad I did. Because this is a much I turned a crappy condition upgrade to a much better upgrade than it should be. So I was really glad to have that happen. So yeah, we're excited to have a better copy. Finally, have this one in much better condition, and I will be selling the other one. And then we get to the movies. The yes, there are. I think there are 16 to 18 Thomas movies. They were all released on DVD, and you do need all of them for the set. Not the Magic. Well, one of them I'll mention, but you need the DVD for, but not the Blu-ray. So, and that's Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This one I actually got just in time because I actually was planning on watching this because this year's actually the 25th anniversary. The 25th anniversary of this film. Actually, it was actually yesterday. So on the day I actually watched this movie yesterday. I just watched this movie yesterday morning on its 25th anniversary. I have a lot to say about it, but I will eventually do a Facebook or Instagram. But probably Facebook because it's a little better. It's a little better for me to do something like this, but instead of Instagram. But yeah, the only glad I saw this movie. I will easily defend it. I will say that because this is not a good movie, realistically. But still glad I did watch it and have it off my list. I got to update my spreadsheet. The next movie is Calling All Engines. This is the second movie. Even though this feels like a freaking long. I heard that this feels more like a longer episode than an actual movie because it has warning segments. Oh God, yeah, those warning segments are not gonna be good. But although I will see it this after I go grocery shop. After we go shopping soon. It's also raining. It's also raining really out. Pretty bad y'all. Not even joking. We got Hair on the Rails. Which actually was the first. This was actually the first time that we had. This was the time the Frenches went CGI, which is actually really cool. So yeah, I needed that one, and probably the best Thomas movie ever made. It Solo's Vision of the Lost Treasure. I needed this one. I'm glad. I actually glad I did find this one in person, because this one's not super rare, but I did hear this is also the best Thomas movie ever made, and I read for Solo that this is the best Thomas movie ever made. For Pirate Demon, Sylvester was actually so freaking good. And now we get to the other ones, the non-movies. We got James Wesson. This is obviously the learning version of it, and not the original one. For some reason, the original 2005 DVD release was actually very hard to find. I don't know what the story about it, what's going on with that one. And I haven't looked for this one for a while, but I don't want the stupid case. I want the freaking original 2005 release. But it's so fucking hard to find. I cannot find it for a reasonable price. Luckily, the good news is that the disc is actually the hit, the 2005 one. So that is good at the very least. So I won't have. That's why I'm checking it off the list. But I'm gonna have to try to track down a regular one, the 2005 one. I'm not looking forward to that, unfortunately. So that's gonna blow. But what can you do? We got Thompson's Friends Help Out, one of the bigger bumper releases, which was very cool. A big day for Thomas. So this was actually released as a double pack alongside another one, which I'll show at the end of this section because it's actually more the DVD release was actually more uncommon. This is the common one, the common set part of it, but still really cool. I got this one because I actually got this one on the DVD wall off eBay. Not a small one though. That was $20, which was like $5 DVD, which is cool. Thompson's Snowy Surprise. Which actually this is actually the other Christmas one that we sent DVD. It was this and also Christmas Wonderland is really hard to find. I cannot find that one in the world, but this is the more common version. But still gotta have it. They both still count either way. And I'm actually gonna move the DVDs over here. There we go. And then there we go. Alright, so continuing on, we got James Goes Buzz Buzz. I'm surprised this came out much later than it should have been. This should have been like a 2003, 2004 release, but it wasn't. So this got released much later, which is stupid. But still glad I got this because I needed it. We also got Percy's Chocolate Crunch. This was the first release under Hit Entertainment, and rightfully so, because this one is not this is a season 6 release and not and easily the worst season 6 release out there, because it has two great episodes, but then the rest of the episodes are terrible. Like Percy Chocolate Crunch and Faulty Whistles are great episodes. However, you also have episodes like Thomas Percy and the Squeak, Buffer Bottle, and of course probably the worst classic series episodes ever, Middle Engine. Not to accuse of Widow Engine, which is an amazing song, but Middle Engine sucks. I'm sorry, it's like one of the worst episodes ever. And the fact that it's in this one, it's like I was not looking forward to watching it, but unfortunately it had to get done. So I'm glad I got it out of the way. So, yep, not one I'm ever gonna not one I'm watching again, but I'm just glad to get off my West, because oh god, it really challenges me. It contains a really great episode. Anyway, continuing on, we got Best of Percy. Well, I guess I'll mention Percy. Here's Best of Percy one I did. It was the one as a child. Actually, Percy Chocolate Crunch I owned as a child as well. But this one I easily owned as a child. Percy's like one of my favorite Thomas characters out there. It kind of blows that for some reason the best of character voices I cannot find for a reasonable price, but this one I did find for a reasonable price, and I did need this one, so I was really glad to finally get this. Finally, very, very, very happy to have this one back after so long. And yep, hopefully I can find Best of Thomas, Best of James, and Best of Gordon, and then after I'll have the complete Best of one, which will be really cool. And now we are getting to the more uncommon ones. These are ones that these are ones that will be a little tough for you guys to find. So we got Tracks Tattoos, also known as Thomas's Tracks Tattoos. This one is actually really uncommon. I don't know what the story about this one is, but this was obviously the second song bumper. Technically, it's actually the third released on DVD, but however, in release order, this was the second, so that's why. In release order, this was the second. So this one is more notable for it featuring mostly the season 5 songs, because the first song, remember, Sing Along in Stories, featured the season 4 songs. This one features season 5, and then what kind of sucks is that there was never a song bumper for season 6 and 7. They just released them on their own, which is weird. Regardless, very, very happy to have this, even though, and I'm glad I found this as well. This was actually very pricey for me to find. Finding it in person, I had to pay like, what, $12 for this one, which is actually so good, because this was like really uncommon. This is like $20, $25, which is actually crazy. And then we also got Trust Thomas. Very, very happy to have this. I've been looking for this one for a very long time. Unfortunately, this one is not in the best shape. As you can clearly see, there's a Robert rental / Robert sticker over here, and then there's some sticky residue. And then what else does it have? It has some stuffy stuff. This is not in the best shape, so I will have to upgrade this in the future. But I'm still very happy to have this. And then our final 2 Thomas DVDs, we got this. So remember when I said that there's a DVD that I got, which this was the DVD I wanted, but I could not find reasonable price. This was the one I was talking about. It's Cranky Bugs. For some reason, this one is really uncommon to find. I cannot find this for a reasonable price, and it kind of sucks actually, because I've actually wanted this one for quite some time, and I could not find it for a reasonable price. So, which is stupid, but you know that this one's gone up. But very happy to finally have this one. The was complete season 5, and then our final Thomas DVD for today. This one is very, very uncommon. Maybe not super rare, but very uncommon. I never ever see this one, and I had to pay a lot. I had to pay up for this one. I had to pay up a little bit, as I could not find this one, so I had to get it off eBay. And once I get in a DVD wallet, which by the way, this one never shows up in DVD wallets. It is very, very uncommon, but I'm really glad to get it off my list, as I had the money for it, and that's one I really wanted to get for a while. So happy to finally check it off my list, and that's Thomas Comes to Breakfast, which it contains. So this is actually the first part of the double pack that I was talking about, where it was this and A Big Day for Thomas. So A Big Day for Thomas is more the Being Careful collection, while this one is more the Behaving Well collection. Couldn't find it enough. A Big Day for Thomas comes with 2 sing-along songs, Toby and Sir Top Hat. This one comes with Widow Engines, which from Hershey's Chocolate Crunch. Which is really cool, which I was really excited to have. I was really surprised. When I found out that this voice actually came with that song, I was really surprised to hear that this was on here. I was very, very happy that to be able to have fun. If I find one in better shape that I can listen to that song on DVD without the need to go through terrible episodes for it. Because this one actually has really great episodes. They're all like season 1 or 2 episodes, even though season 2 is not the best season. But still, really, really glad to have this and took off minutes, which is awesome. Alright, so I will pause the video again, and then we'll move on to our second to last part of the collecting. Alright, we are back. I had to move the camera to the big room, but so I mentioned that I also, how do I say this? I've been getting to a new type of collecting, and you probably can see it over there, so it's really going to give it away, so I'll review it anyway. It is board games. I've been getting into board game collecting as a way. So, and the reason why I'm getting into board games is because not only is they're fun to play, you know, I love collecting all of them, because I get to play with my friends also, and not only that, the artwork is absolutely amazing on them. Now, this is not the ones I'm going to show you in particular are not all of them. I actually just did a post on my board game collection, so I'm not going to show you all of them, honestly. I'm just going to show the ones I feel are noteworthy for me to show. But let's start with this one. We got the Captain America game, which got this one off eBay, but this one's actually really cool. Although it's actually not the best board game out there, but it probably has my favorite artwork out of all of them, so. And I'm actually gonna go really quick on the board games, and probably the reason why is because I actually I want to make videos on board games eventually, so that's why I'm gonna go quick on these. But this one's actually really cool. I've actually won this one for a very long time. After many years of working, I finally found one of these for a reasonable price. I was trying to get this early on, and it is a Monopoly board, and the Monopoly board in question is Monopoly Nintendo Collector's Edition. This is the 2006 one. It is not the iconic 2011 one, but still, we're still very cool for me to actually find this for a reasonable price. So, and obviously, I got this on Jumanji, which is really cool. We also got Thomas and Friends, Thomas Jenkins and Railroad Rescue, which I'm actually a huge fan of Thomas, honestly, so knowing I had to get this, you know, was really cool. So very, very happy to have this. And finally, the last board game I want to show you guys. Not our last item. I just have one more item that I'm going to show at the very end. But the last item in question, the last board game I want to show you, and probably the first board game I own, is the Dark Crystal game. Which I still have yet to test, honestly. But I'm actually really looking forward to playing this, because the board for this looked fucking amazing. I'm not even joking. It looked so good. But apparently this one is pretty rare, so very, very happy to have this. I will do a video on this in the future, so very, very happy about that. And I will put the board games on the desk, and I'll be back with the final item. Stay tuned. Our final item for today is something a little different. It's video game related, but not like an actual game. So I have a story something that I wanted to reveal to you guys for the very first time. So a dream I've always had in my life is that I've always wanted an arcade machine. How it's something I've wanted for a very very long time. However, I from however they were too expensive, and not only that, I could not find one for near my area. And it kind of got to a point. Not only that I did not have the money to get one, it kind of got to a point to which I was giving up that dream. However, the dream still never died. I still was looking one. I was still looking for hope to find one. Well, after many many years, there's I finally got one, but it's not what you typically spend. I'm actually recording this with a computer again, which sucks, but I will move the camera and I will show you. Here it is. I apologize for the computer can't focus, but here it is. This is an arcade one-up. This is actually a Pac-Man one. It's got Pac-Man Plus and Ogre Pac-Man. So, story about how I got this is that I actually almost got this off Marketplace. However, I actually scored this. However, long story short, I almost got to a Marketplace. However, it was a non-working order. She was gonna sell it to me for $160. However, a good friend of mine, Chris from the Game Guys, actually had someone similar to this. It's actually the exact same one, but in better similar condition, but working order. And he sold it to me for $150, which for $150 is like yes. So I was really excited to get this, and I never even thought I owned something like this. Sorry if the camera is not showing something like that, but I really wanted to get this in camera because I wanted one of these for a very long time. The only problem is that I am moving. Like I said before, I am moving in a couple weeks, so I won't be able to get another arcade machine until I move. But other than that, I'm very happy to have something like this, and I will get a riser for this in the future. But for now, I'm happy with the way it is, and I will also do some work on it in the once I move. But anyway, I am gonna turn the camera right back, and we're gonna end this video here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize. It's been a very long time that I've been able to get something for you, but realistically, I have been going through a lot of stress and trauma in my life. Although it is starting to get fixed a little bit. But if I need to, I will do a channel update to talk about this. Once I'm ready. I'm not ready to reveal what's going on, but I will. Once I'm ready, I will. If I need to, I will talk to you guys about it and let you know what's going on. Anyway, that being said, I'll see you guys in the new game room. And as always, I'm JD Mighty Mespred. Keep being kids, having a great time. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.